Layering foreground, midground, and background is one of the most powerful techniques in street photography. It allows you to move beyond single subject images and create photographs that feel rich, immersive, and alive. Layering transforms a flat moment into a visual story with depth. At its simplest, layering means including multiple planes of interest within the frame. The foreground sits closest to the camera, the midground usually contains the main subject, and the background provides context. When these elements work together, the viewer's eye moves naturally through the image. Street photography is uniquely suited to layering because urban environments are full of depth. Streets, windows, reflections, doorways, shadows, and crowds naturally create multiple visual planes. Learning to recognize and organize these planes is a key compositional skill. Foreground elements help frame the scene and invite the viewer in. They can be objects, people, shadows, reflections, or even out-of-focus shapes. Foreground elements add intimacy and scale. They make the viewer feel present inside the moment, rather than observing from outside. The midground is often where the main action occurs. This is usually where the strongest gesture, expression, or interaction happens. Clear separation between foreground and midground helps the subject stand out without isolation. The background provides context and meaning. It can reveal location, culture, contrast, or irony. Signs, architecture, light patterns, and other people often live in the background. A strong background supports the story without competing for attention. Good layering depends on awareness rather than speed. Instead of reacting instantly, pause and scan the frame. Ask yourself what exists in each plane. Are there distractions that weaken the image, or elements that could strengthen it if you wait? One effective approach is to find a strong background first. Look for interesting light, textures, or graphic elements. Then wait for subjects to move through the scene. As people enter the frame, they naturally create midground and foreground relationships. Depth of field plays a supporting role. You do not need extreme blur to create separation. Moderate depth of field often works best in street photography, keeping enough detail in each layer to preserve context. Movement enhances layering. When different layers contain motion at different speeds, the image feels dynamic. A static background combined with a moving subject and a passing foreground element creates visual tension. Reflections and shadows are especially useful for layering. Glass can merge inside and outside spaces. Shadows can add invisible characters to the frame. These elements allow you to stack moments visually. Layered images often reveal more over time. At first glance, the viewer may notice the main subject. With longer viewing, additional relationships and details emerge. This replay value increases engagement and depth. Layering requires practice and patience. Early attempts may feel cluttered. Over time, you learn to recognize balance. Strong layered images feel complex but controlled. Not every scene needs layers. Minimal images have their place. The skill lies in recognizing when layering will strengthen the story and when simplicity serves better. When you master foreground, midground, and background, your street photographs gain narrative power. The frame becomes a small world with multiple stories unfolding at once. Layering teaches you to see the street not as isolated moments, but as connected spaces. And when you see in layers, your photography naturally becomes deeper, more intentional, and more compelling.